What we're going to do today is a really slow class. So we're going to focus on stretching and opening up the body in a more gentle way. But to start this class, make sure that you have your phone on airplane modus so that you don't get disturbed, or that your WhatsApp is turned off so nobody is trying to distract you. Now let's just take a seat for a moment. I can imagine that working the whole day has put you on. Now we're trying to just find that peace again. It's the end of the working day, so to speak. Coming into a cross-legged position with your hands on your knees. I like to just rest my hands like this. You can just let your hand rest on your knees like this as well. Anything that feels comfortable. Close your eyes and just sitting here with your spine straight, and you want to lift the crown of your head up to the ceiling a bit more, but relax your shoulders. Open up your heart, your chest, bring your shoulders a bit further back. And then relax your face, your forehead, your eyebrows. Relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue. So you just have a bit of a dull expression on your face. So you don't have to look pretty. You don't have to smile. You can just relax every muscle in your face. And then bring your attention to your breath. And just notice the breath passing from the moment that you breathe in through your nose. Let the air pass your nostrils. Let it pass your throats. And feel how it enters your lungs and how you fill your lungs with oxygen. And how you expand your chest. You can breathe into all corners of your chest, to the left and the right sides, to the front, the back. And in the meantime, maybe you feel your diaphragm being pushed down, your belly coming out. And on an exhale, your navel moving back towards your spine. So we're not forcing anything, we're just paying attention to our breath. Listen to the sound of it, that hissing sound when you breathe in and out through your nose. And then maybe set an intention for this class. That an intention can be something that you want to focus on, and I would suggest that the breath is a really nice thing to focus on. Whenever you get distracted, you bring your attention back to your breath. And then you can open up your eyes and start to open up the shoulders, bringing them up, back and down. Just creating circles here, creating space in the upper body by maybe even breathing in, taking those shoulders up and back. Exhale, bring them down and forwards. Just a couple of rounds here. Let's go to the other side as well. And let's come back up and forward and down. And don't worry if it feels a bit off. Sometimes you think like, what am I doing? Is this making circles? It doesn't feel like a circle at all, but don't worry about it. We're not here to correct each other on how we move. It's more like to try to embody it, to just tap into how you can move without judging it. So one more time, coming up, forwards, down. And then let's bring the shoulders to the ears as high as we can and just hold it there. Maybe you drop your head down a little bit, and on an exhale, drop it. Let's do this 2 more times. Breathe in. Let that neck disappear, and exhale. Drop it down. Let's do it 1 more time. Breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. And take your chin to your chest. And via the left shoulder, for example, come up. And via the right shoulder, come down. And again, here we're going to make circles. Breathing in when we go up. Breathing out when we go down. And if you notice any cracks in your neck, don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. I hear them as well. I've been hearing them for 10 years. And nothing has happened since. So you can just keep on moving. But maybe you feel a certain sensation in your neck. Somewhere it is just a bit off. It feels tense. Well, just hold your head in that angle. Relax your shoulders in the meantime. And just breathe into that space for a moment. And then continue your way. So don't try to go too fast. You really want to connect your breath with your movement. And let's go to the other side as well. Breathing and going up. Exhale, going down the other way. Just a couple of rounds here. Maybe with your eyes closed, whatever feels good. Last couple. And then when you come back to the front, let's just bring the hands behind the head. And you can interlace your fingers and you can just bring your hands behind your head and bring your chin to your chest. And then start breathing into that stretch. Now my spine is rounding slightly, but not as much as I can. I'm trying to focus on my neck still. But slowly, maybe you can pull your navel in slightly. We're going to go a little bit further down. And just notice how the sensation maybe changes or travels up and down the spine. Maybe listen to the sound of your breath. Can you round it even more? And slowly coming back up. And let's give our neck a little bit of a massage. It's just nice to rub it one by one with your hands, with your fingertips, maybe making circles along the or on both sides of your cervical spine, just the upper part, from the part where it connects to your skull all the way down towards your shoulders. And maybe with one hand you can just massage the right hand to the left shoulder, for example, and you just start to grab it, massage it with your fingertips, just rubbing back and forth. I'm already feeling a little bit of heat, and I suppose that you might feel something similar. So you just squeeze it, massage it, maybe even tap it. And you can tap into your neck, your trapezius, your shoulder. And let's bring the left hand forwards and keep tapping with the right hand on the outside of that left arm, all the way down towards the hands. You can turn your palm up, tap into your palm, and then the right hand keeps tapping over the inside of the left arm. Back up, maybe a little bit on the shoulder, and let's switch sides. Now, sometimes your arm might be a bit heavy. So now I'm tapping with my left hand on the right shoulder, but my right hand can just support my elbow, just to help. We don't have to make it too hard for ourselves. But at one point, you want to straighten the right arm so that the left hand can start tapping on the outside all the way down. Turning the right palm up, tapping your way over the inside, lower arm, upper arm, and just a little bit of on the chest, on the lungs. Breathe in. Maybe exhale through the mouth. And a little bit lower. I'm on my left side now, just from the middle, my stomach, my pancreas, the spleen, all the way to the sides, also a little bit up. If I lean a little bit to the right side, I can even tap onto the left side of my lungs and my rib cage, and then go back to the middle, and then over the gallbladder, the liver on the right side. And if we lean a little bit to the left and then go up with those palms, a little bit on the rib cage again, and then keep on tapping whilst bringing the hands towards the back so you round the spine again. And I'm just having my fist light. And just keep on tapping onto the kidney area in the middle of our back and along the spine, over the buttocks and your sacrum, maybe over the outside of our legs. And you can straighten your legs a little bit to the front. But keep on breathing. It's really nice to keep the breath alive. And start to tap on the back of our legs. over the outside of our lower legs. That's tibialis anterior. That's nice big muscle that sometimes when we walk a lot, maybe if you've ever done like an avondvierdaagse, which is very typical for the Netherlands, that muscle in the lower leg starts to cramp up a little bit if you're not trained. Let's tap all the way back up towards the groin. All right, and you can come back into this cross-legged position. And maybe I never say put this one leg first, then the other one, but let's just switch sides, because I think that you sit cross-legged without even thinking all the time in the same way. I always have my left leg close to me, and then the right leg in front. Now I'm switching sides. You're going to place your hands in front of you, and on an inhale, open up your chest. Stay on your fingertips, but just slowly start rounding the spine. Coming forward with your head towards the floor, stay on the fingertips, and then inhale, open up, look forward again. And on the exhale, you round the spine, your elbows bend. Listen to the sound of your breath. Inhale, press up. Exhale, round. And then let's take the hands in front of us. And some of us can let the elbows rest on the floor. Some of us maybe have the elbows resting against the shins. Either way, you just try to relax your neck, your shoulders, your face. Now just notice how it feels and see whether you can connect with your breath again. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. Today is going to be a day where we just take a bit more time. So we do less poses, but we go a little bit deeper into the sensation. So we've got a little bit of time now to observe. So once the pose is nice and we listen to the sound of our breath again, just notice all the thoughts that pass by. And just look at it like clouds. Clouds pass by, they come and go. You don't have to do anything with it. Try not to make a story of whatever you feel or see, but just acknowledge that sensation, that feeling, that thought is there, and that you don't have to do anything else with it. Just observing without judgment. That's what we call it in mindfulness. Slowly coming a little bit deeper. Maybe you make this yes-no kind of movement with your head, your neck, coming a little bit deeper, feeling it in your buttocks. Listening to the sound of your breath. Now, would not be fair, we don't give the other side an equal chance, right? So let's just switch legs. And you could do this in different variations. And some of us are very flexible. If you are very flexible in the hips, you might want to try to bring one foot on top of the other knee. Now it looks that I'm flexible, I'm not really, but I could use this blanket, this rolled up towel underneath. Try not to do this if this doesn't feel right. Just place your foot in front, otherwise you can still use this towel if it feels better. And then we slowly come forward again, opening up those hips, especially when you sit behind the computer. It's a really nice hip opener. Just to connect your upper and your lower part of your body with each other again. So maybe you are in a very noisy surrounding at home, maybe there's kids playing around. Just observe the sounds that you hear. You don't have to think it should be quiet, let me have my peaceful yoga moment. No, it's not important. Just observe. And at one point you can just look at it and listen to it from a distance without getting distracted. You can even use it to stay in the present moment. Last couple of breaths here. And notice how you're slowly opening up a little bit further. Can you relax your neck a little bit more? Maybe your mouth slightly open, relaxing the jaws. Relaxing the neck a little bit more. And then slowly coming back up. All right. So let's straighten those legs. I'll just make a little turn. So if we lean into our hands and just start to open up the ankles, just making a couple of circles here. And then come and lie on the floor, bringing the right knee in and start to wrap your hands around the knee and start to make circles here. And I know that some of you want to do it very fast, but we're really slowing down here. We've already done most of it for today because this is really nice for an afternoon practice. So you can just slow down again and start to breathe into that right hip, rotating inside out or outside in, whatever feels good. Pressing that right knee towards your chest, hold it there. Maybe you want to bring it a little bit further out towards your armpits. And again, just notice the compression of your right hip bone pressing into your upper leg muscle. And let's then slide the hands towards the back of our leg so we can interlace the fingers. And you can just straighten that leg up, but you keep the right knee slightly bent. But in the meantime, you press that heel up to the ceiling and your toes can point to your face. So you feel that stretch on the back, on your hamstrings. If you're very flexible, you might want to hold on to the right big toe and take that foot even further back, but try not to let me talk you into something that is not for you today. Just keep on breathing. If you're still with your hands behind your knee, if you loosen up the grip, you could even straighten that leg and engage your upper leg muscles. Keep pressing that heel up, toes pointing to your face for one more inhale. And then we're going to come to a nice twist with the left hand, holding on to the outside of the right knee. We're going to bring that right knee all the way to the left. We don't necessarily need to touch the floor with the right knee. Maybe you can make sure that both shoulder blades are touching the floor. And then that left knee or the right knee is just hovering above it. You can just keep on holding on to it. Can you relax both shoulders? Can you close your eyes for a moment? And can you just listen to the sound of your breath again? Just telling yourself that you don't have to do anything else than just be. Just be here in the moment. Just feel the stretch. And if a thought passes by and tries to bring you out of your concentration, out of this moment, simply return to your breath without getting annoyed, because it will happen over and over again. You can't stop it. You just can change the way you deal with it. So just find a nice couple of breaths here. And then slowly roll back. Bring that knee towards your chest once more. And then bring the left knee up as well. We're going to change sides. It's just a nice transitioning. Slowly bringing the right leg down, the left knee, rotate it, making circles, inside out, outside in. And use your intuition. I can say so many things, but if you feel different about it, then you do it. You just try to get to know your body, pulling the knee closer to you. You can hold it close towards your chest or armpit. Now lengthen the back of your neck by bringing the chin a bit closer to your chest. Relax your jaws. Breathe into your belly. One more breath here. And then try to straighten that left leg to the ceiling. We interlace the hands behind the left knee or on the hamstrings. And at first, it might feel a bit intense, for me as well. I really feel the hamstring here. It's like a slightly painful sensation, but not in a bad way. But I do feel it. Maybe I can bend the knee a little bit more and take that knee a bit closer to my chest. I start shaking a little bit, so it's a bit part of the game, but maybe I have to give back a little bit, not too much. For those who are a bit more flexible, or even if you want to try it, you can come up a little bit, hold on to that big toe with your peace fingers and your thumb. 2 fingers next to each other, in between the big toe and the second toe. Now my right hand can just support my leg. Find your breath again. And whenever you go into a new pose, find your breath. One more breath here. Maybe we can all do the same thing. We can interlace the fingers behind the leg again and try to, with a loose grip, not completely tight, but with your fingers loosely interlaced behind the leg, you can straighten that, keep your shoulders down to the floor, straighten the left leg, push that heel up, toes pointing to your face for another inhale and exhale. And then with your right hand this time, you're going to bring that left knee all the way towards the right. And your left hand goes to the left. So you want to look in the opposite direction of where your knee points at. So we are bringing the left knee to the right. So you try to look over the left shoulder. Can your left shoulder touch the floor? Can you relax in this? Now, maybe some of you have had a hernia or herniated disc. Try to not force yourself into anything. Just make it a mild twist. For a couple of breaths here, you might feel it in your buttocks. Some of us are very tight in the hip and buttocks area. So you just surrender to it. Last breath here. Coming back to the middle, bringing both knees up, holding onto your knees with both hands from the outside. And you bring your knees as wide apart as possible and start to swing a little bit. I always call this making a figure 8 on the spot. You bring your knees as wide as you can and start to circle them on the spot. And then bring your big toes together. They can touch, but your knees are still wider than your hips. So I'm using my core here to come up and wrap your arms from the outside around your shins. And then with one hand, you can hold on to the fingers of the other hand. Then try to relax your head on the floor again. Even if you're only holding on to the tips of your fingers. Can you breathe into your belly, relax your face, feel that compression, that stretch in your lower back. Then let your hands slide to the back of your knees and start to roll back and forth. Come and sit up and come back to the front. All right. Just to bring a little bit more attention to the upper body again. Inhale, open up your arms, look up to the ceiling. And on an exhale, you come forward and you bring your hands together, pull your belly in, reach forward at your fingertips touch. Inhale, open up. And exhale, come forward, bring your fingertips together, but with your arms straight. Inhale. This time you exhale, come forward, interlace your fingers. You turn your palms out. Inhale, come up, bring your hands over your head. Exhale down. Inhale, bring your hands up. And exhale down. Inhale. And this time you release your hands. Then the left elbow bends. Bring the left hand behind your head. And with the right hand, you can hold on to that left elbow. Opening up your shoulder, giving a bit of a stretch to the back of your upper arm. And we can even lean a little bit towards the right. Stay with this sensation for a moment and just feel or breathe into it. Inhale, come to the middle, take your hands up. And this time you bend the right elbow and bring it behind. Some of you are maybe as flexible that they can place the hand in between the shoulder blades. I can't. I'm just placing my hand into my neck. But I can, with my left hand, hold on to the right elbow. Maybe you can press your head into that arm. Relax your face, guys. Maybe lean a little bit towards the left. Last breath here. Listen to the sound of it. Inhale, take your hands up. Exhale, bring them behind you. Interlace your fingers. Open up your chest. Maybe move a little bit. Drop your head down. And then take your hands in front again. And then bring the left hand underneath the right. The right hand goes all the way to the left side. And you're going to, with the left hand, hold on to the outside of your right shoulder. So I'm actually stretching out the right shoulder here. My left arm is helping. Breathing into that stretch. One more time. Giving the body a bit more time to integrate this stretch. And then let's inhale, open up. This time you're going to bring the left arm up. The right hand is holding on to the left shoulder. So I'm just taking that arm so much to the right so that I start to feel it here. Once I feel it, I relax and try to breathe into it. And to keep my focus or attention here in this room, I focus on my breath. I notice all the sensations, try not to fill it in, try not to be judgmental about it, but just noticing. Let's inhale, open up. And take your hands up and back down. Place them on your knees. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more time, breathe in. Exhale through the mouth. Maybe you're not used to making a sound. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Sitting still for just a moment here to notice how you feel. Noticing any sensations running through your body right now. You can open up your eyes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and see you next time. Have a nice continuation of your day. Namaste.